Hey everyone, and welcome back to Miblix. Before we begin, I have a question for you. Which cartoon or animated series would you like to see covered next on the channel? Leave your suggestion in the comments below. I'm always looking for new animation stories to explore, and your idea might become a future video. Now, let's talk about Helluva Boss. Today we're talking about another incredible success story from the world of independent animation. Helluva Boss. Today, the series has millions of fans around the world. Its episodes regularly receive tens of millions of views on YouTube. Its characters have become internet icons. And many fans consider it one of the most successful independent animated series ever created. But what many people don't know is that Helluva Boss was never supposed to become the main attraction. Originally, it started as a side project connected to another show. A spin-off. A smaller story taking place in the same universe as Hazbin Hotel. Yet somehow, it grew into a phenomenon of its own. So how did Helluva Boss become one of YouTube's biggest animation success stories? Let's find out. To understand the origins of Helluva Boss, we first need to talk about its creator. Vivian Medrano, better known online as VivziePop. Long before either Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss existed, she was building an audience through artwork, animations, and original characters. Over the years, VivziePop developed a unique artistic style that quickly became recognizable. Bright colors, expressive characters, dark humor, and stories that mixed comedy with surprisingly emotional moments. As she continued creating original content, she slowly developed a much larger fictional universe. A universe set in hell. This world eventually became the foundation for both Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. Most people know Hazbin Hotel as the flagship project. The story of Charlie Morningstar and her dream of rehabilitating sinners. But while Hazbin focused on hell's royalty and redemption, Helluva Boss explored a completely different side of that universe. Instead of following princesses and powerful demons, the story centered on a small assassination business. The Immediate Murder Professionals. Better known as AMP. The company is run by Blitzo, an ambitious and chaotic imp who dreams of making his business successful. Alongside him are Moxie, Millie, and Luna. Together, they travel to Earth and carry out assassination contracts for clients in Hell. The premise was bizarre, violent, funny, and completely different from most animated shows online. In November 2019, the pilot episode of Helluva Boss was released on YouTube. At first, many viewers saw it as simply another piece of the Hazbin Hotel universe. But something interesting happened. Audiences quickly connected with the characters. Especially Blitzo. His chaotic personality, questionable decisions, and emotional flaws made him surprisingly relatable. Soon, viewers weren't watching because it was connected to Hazbin Hotel. They were watching because they genuinely loved Helluva Boss. As the series continued, each new episode attracted larger audiences. The animation quality improved. The storytelling became more ambitious. And the emotional depth of the characters grew stronger. One of the biggest reasons for the show's success was its willingness to explore serious themes beneath the comedy. At first glance, Helluva Boss looks like a simple adult comedy. But underneath the jokes are stories about loneliness, relationships, family trauma, self-worth, and personal growth. This emotional layer helped the show stand out from countless other animated comedies. Another major factor was the music. Much like Hazbin Hotel, Helluva Boss embraced musical storytelling. Several songs became fan favorites and generated millions of additional views online. Fans created covers, reaction videos, and animations inspired by the music. The songs helped strengthen the connection between the audience and the characters. As the fanbase grew, the series became one of YouTube's biggest independent animation successes. Millions of viewers returned for every new episode. Discussion videos appeared across the platform. Theories spread throughout social media. fan art flooded the internet. What started as a spin-off was becoming a major franchise. One particularly important character was Stolas. Initially introduced as a powerful demon prince, Stolas quickly became one of the most beloved characters in the series. His complicated relationship with Blitzo added emotional depth that many viewers didn't expect. As the story progressed, fans became increasingly invested in their relationship. For many people, this dynamic became one of the strongest aspects of the entire show. Another remarkable achievement was the production itself. Unlike traditional television animation, Helluva Boss was released entirely through YouTube. There was no major television network. No cable channel. No streaming giant funding every episode. Instead, the project relied on independent production and the support of its audience. This made its success even more impressive. It proved that creators could build massive audiences without relying on traditional entertainment companies. Over time, Helluva Boss helped demonstrate how much the animation industry was changing. Independent creators suddenly had opportunities that didn't exist a decade earlier. Platforms like YouTube allowed talented artists to reach millions of viewers directly. And Helluva Boss became one of the best examples of that shift. Now let's look at some interesting facts. Fact number 1. Helluva Boss takes place in the same universe as Hazbin Hotel, but focuses on completely different characters and stories. Fact number 2. The pilot episode was released in November 2019, shortly after Hazbin Hotel's famous pilot launched. Fact number 3. The series quickly became one of the most successful independently produced animated shows on YouTube. Fact number 4. Many episodes have accumulated tens of millions of views, rivaling productions backed by major studios. Fact number 5. The relationship between Blitzo and Stolas became one of the most discussed aspects of the series and helped attract a dedicated fanbase. Today, Helluva Boss stands as one of the most successful independent animated projects ever released online. What began as a spin-off evolved into a phenomenon with its own identity, its own community, and its own place in animation history. And perhaps the most impressive part of the story is that it continues to grow. New episodes continue to attract millions of viewers. The fanbase continues to expand. And Helluva Boss remains one of the strongest examples of what independent animation can achieve. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the story behind Helluva Boss, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Miblix. And if you haven't already, let me know in the comments which cartoon or animated series you'd like to see covered next. Your suggestion might become the next video on the channel. See you in the next video.